What's up, guys? Coming back to you with another video. So this is going to be kind of similar to the 5 things that I love about this car. Now this one is going to be more of the 5 things that I kind of hate about this car, and hate's kind of a strong word. Let's just kind of say that I more dislike that they are there, but this is what that video is going to be about, the complete opposite. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, guys, so the first one that I do not like about this car is the blind spot in this car is absolutely terrible. So if you have a C7 or a Corvette, you probably have the same thing, but for the C7s, since that's the only car that I've ever owned that's a Corvette, the blind spot on this car is terrible. So when you're kind of just looking back with your periphery, you'll see that the seatbelt right here, this part of the car, pretty much blocks you completely. And then you could kind of see, I'm pointing in right there, there's your window right there that you can see out of. And then if you go a little bit farther, you can kind of see the back window. But looking just back without having to look at your mirrors, if you're just looking back, it is so difficult to see if there's a car right next to you unless you like literally like peek out like all the way out like that. So that's one thing that's kind of annoying. Same thing on this side here. If you just kind of glance over while you're driving and you just look to the side, I mean, you have a good view there. But if you go any further back, right here in that area, the blind side is absolutely terrible. And you need to really make sure that there's no cars on the back of you. Otherwise, you might hit them or run into them. But that's just something, you know, you learn how to look with your mirrors and the back mirror there just to make sure that everything is good and you don't hit anybody. But moving on to number 2. All right, now number 2, pretty much the infotainment system on this thing. Now again, this is a 2014, and I think they've added a few apps and stuff to it since then. You know, at least for the 17, 18, 19 year models. But for the 14 and I guess 15, maybe 16, infotainment system is great. I mean, it works, it gets things done. You listen to your phone, you connect Bluetooth, music, yada yada. But it's just, I don't know, the touch screen kind of acts weird at times. You got to kind of almost double tap it at, you know, you got to push kind of hard. Just the outlet of it looks, and the colors, they're just kind of, I don't know, it just looks kind of dated to me in my opinion. But I mean, that's just my opinion. I feel like it could have been a little bit better.
Say a phone command.
Given, you know,
goodbye.
No, I'm not gonna say goodbye. Given this, but I mean, it gets the job done, and you know, that's just something I feel like could have been done better. But you know, it is what it is. So just the infotainment system, that's kind of a to it. But all right, well, on to number 3. All right, guys, so the third thing that I dislike about this car, now I think it's only for the 2014 year models, but in order to close the hatch properly, you must slam it hard. Now I think for 15 and above, I think they started the auto latch connect feature to where if you just close it softly, it will automatically latch it for you automatically without you having to slam it. You know, the only way to really do that with the 14s that I know of is, you know, you hit your button there, it'll open. You can also do it inside on the, you know, hit the button right below on the console there, or there's the button right here that you can hit for that one. But if you want to close this effectively, given that it doesn't have the auto latch feature, you'll need to grab here and just literally slam it down, and then it's latched. Now if you don't slam it hard enough, it won't go all the way and you'll see the crease there. But that kind of gets annoying because I have to kind of slam it down, and no, I'm not being lazy, I'm not using muscle or whatever. It's just one of those features to where I wish they would have implemented it in the 14s, that way it auto latches. But you know, it is what it is. We'll just use the old muscle there to get it done. So all right, guys, number 4 about this vehicle, okay? I would have to say that it is the direct port injection noise that you get with these cars. Now, inside when I'm driving, I can somewhat hear it a little bit. I guess, when it's quieter. But I mean, that's just how these engines are with the direct port injection. They're just louder, you hear them a little better. You can look up forums and stuff, people thinking that they have head ticks or something, engine ticks or something like that, but most of the time that is just the way the engines are. They're just a little bit louder, and you can hear like the direct port injection noise, which I guess to solve it, you either just suck it up or you get louder exhaust, I guess, or cammed or whatever to drown that sound out. But really, it's not bad. I've come to kind of get used to it. So, you know, overall, I would say that's one thing that kind of gets annoying at times. But I mean, hopefully this car won't be stock exhaust for long and it will get louder. So, which actually leads me on to my next one. All right, guys, so the fifth and final one that I don't like about the car, okay, it's the exhaust. And given the stock exhaust, it's just way too quiet for this car. I mean, this awesome V8 C7 car, it's too quiet. Now, given that I do have Corsa exhaust on this, and this, again, this is my friend's exhaust that he lent to me as I was trying to help him out. It does have the stock headers, and it does have the stock mid pipe on it, and it still seems quiet. I mean, it's louder than what it was before, but it's still quiet. So driving these cars, even with the MPP exhaust, which is what I had when I first bought it, it's still quiet. And I mean, I guess that's, you know, it's factory. They don't want it too loud. They don't want, you know, complaints and stuff like that. But if they had made it a little bit louder, that would have been great. But like I said, I'll be getting full exhaust here in a couple of weeks, if not a couple months. I'll be making a video on that, you know, just going over that, and then hopefully it'll wake it up, make it sound real nice and good. But having the basically stock exhaust on this car at times, it kind of is a downer, because you want it to sound nice and loud and mean, and it's just it's not very loud at all. Even when you rev it up, it's still not very loud. But you know, it is what it is, and getting louder exhaust should help with that. But that's just, you know, the fifth thing I don't like about the car. And, you know, there's things you can do to solve it. Well, all right, guys, that was the 5 things I dislike about my car. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Comment, like, and subscribe if you did. Be sure to watch my other videos if you haven't already. But the next one will come soon. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Until the next one, guys, it's the Rogue Vet out. Peace.